Hello again, this is AZC2. Today I'm going to talk about Australia's recent plans to reduce immigrants and tighten rules for student visa holders. Basically, the number of immigrants is getting reduced. They're making it harder to get student visas as well by tightening the English test requirements. Following the decision to open immigration borders to people to fill critical positions in various industries after the country recovered from COVID-19 2 years ago, the Albanese government realized that the number of immigrants going on at the current rate would eventually be unsustainable. The population increase has put pressure on property prices, and it's also resulted in too few jobs to go around. The land down under, the huge land mass down under, has decided that it doesn't need that many people. This is like a real contrast to the little red dot, who still continues to welcome immigrants with open legs. I remember Mr. Liu Taiker, a renowned architect, once said, Singapore should prepare to accept a population size of 10 million people. Well, if we had control of the Iskandar region, if the British had leased Iskandar region for us in the same way they leased the new territories for Hong Kong, then 10 million is no problem. No big deal, really. But we're just a tiny red dot. How do you fit that many people into the tiny red dot? We already have problems trying to fit 6.9 million people. Like, all the forests are being cleared. Look at Tada forest has been cleared for new apartments. And yet they're still welcoming so many people. Most of these people come from countries whom I shall not name directly, but I'll only refer to them as PRC and CECA. You want to know more? Google is your best friend. Can't say more, or else I get flamed for xenophobia. Anyway, Australia's decision appears to put brakes on the ambitions of many people from the PRC and CECA countries who want to move to the country to try and make it big. If you put strict English test requirement, I don't think a lot of them are going to make the cut. This made me think of Singapore opposition leader Pritam Singh's proposal for having IELTS tests for new citizens. Okay, he has a point, a very valid point. Okay, please don't shoot him down lah. I mean, this guy's smarter than what you give him credit for, okay? The thing is Pritam Singh made that suggestion and he cannot shut down. Okay. Meanwhile, Australia has moved ahead to make it harder for PRC and CECA people to migrate. The thing is PRC and CECA have a bad name in Singapore. Okay, I've worked in the service industry in Australia and I've come in contact with CECA, and like the rogue Tada driver who made a supposedly racist remark to a Eurasian passenger. I mean, I agree with him. In people from India, he said they are the worst customer. Well, I find it hard to dispute him, although he directed his complaint at the wrong person. Eurasian got Angmo blood, Angmo tuaki, understand? At the end of the day, PRC and CECA, no matter where they go, they always be pendatang. As much as I hate Dr. Mahathir, you know, sometimes what he said, pendatang, PRC and CECA, wherever they go, they like to act like they are king, like they are emperor, maharaja, whatever you call it. That's why people are very pissed off at them. They see their face all sian ji pua liao. So, I mean, the Tada driver can't really blame him lah. I mean, he may be out of line, but cannot dispute what he said. You know, anyway, Singapore already running out of space. Got no land, already need to reclaim. East Coast going to have Long Island. The Great Reclamation Part 2. 1960s, Marine Parade. All the fishing village, all been moved away. All clear already to build HDB flat. Now, East Coast going to reclaim more land, have our own Long Island like New York. Why? So we can put 6.9 million people, obviously. Really, Singapore should learn from Australia. You know, if the huge landmass down under is feeling the pinch, well, we are having it worse. This is one of the reasons why I decided 18 years ago to emigrate, because Singapore will become too overcrowded already. I finished my studies in Perth, and I decided, yeah, Singapore wasn't exactly the place I wanted my kids to grow up in, because I could foresee the country was going to be bursting at the seams eventually. Back then, the population was about to boom, and the infrastructure already showing cracks. And a few years later, you can see MRT always break down. Yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, Leong Man Wai said CECA needs to be re-examined. You look at Pongo already become like, you know, Pongo is literally a colony of CECA, and needless to say, the jobs in the digital district are going to be filled by those people. we already become, you know, like strangers in our own land. Just like how the supporters of Peter Dutton are feeling with so many new immigrants. That's why the Labour government also no choice. If not, they lose more vote. You know, if Peter Dutton become PM of Australia, lagi worse. Okay, he's going to make my life hell. I mean, I already been mistaken for PRC from Peter Dutton supporter as well as the PRC people themselves. Doesn't matter if my parents are English educated, Malaysian, Chinese, naturalized Singaporeans, or my grandfather himself come from Yorkshire. As long as I look like PRC, I am assumed to be one of them. Please lah. I was never born in PRC. Okay? I only been there once on a school trip 24 years ago, and it never felt like my home. So yeah, please take what I say. Okay? I'm not joking. I'm not joking around. Okay. Please consider what I said seriously. And you know, tell PAP, enough is enough. No more PRC, no more CECA. Okay, Singaporeans first. Otherwise, you Leong Man Wai will take over as the chief of the West Coast team. You know, no more Desmond Lim. Iswaran, we can say he's as good as out, given what happened. On that note, bye for now. Take it easy, friends.